This is your all-new 2022 Infiniti QX60. I'm on the first drive event, so it's the quick walk-around video, a little bit of the inside as well, and a touch on the driving. So, all-new redesigned top, bottom, left, right, inside out. Beautiful LED turn signals which double as your day runners, which you can see right there. And as a comparison note, that's what they look like when there are no turn signals working. Cool move here. It actually has, you can see my reflection, but it has the Infiniti all the way across the grille. How am I going to get a good shot of that? Anyways, you can see it from there a little bit. It just says Infiniti across the top. Very cool cascading grille, very similar to the QX55. This is the second from the top trim. There are 4 trims in total. It's just cast a really nice shape. 20-inch wheels here on the second from the top trim. It's Lux. No, sorry, it's Pure Lux Sensory, which is what this is. Then autograph, you get the nice wheel arches, which is plastic cladding at the top right here. I don't mind the rim design. It's still a little busy, but I think it suits this pretty well. Turn signals integrated into the side mirrors. Now, the cool thing here is they have the automatic open sensor on all 4 doors, not just the front doors. So you can lock and unlock your doors that way as well. I'll back up and give you a good side profile look off the new QX60 from Infiniti. So there it is. Nice short overhangs up front. A bit of a longer one around the rear. I don't mind it. I still think it looks really, really sharp. And the top trim does get a black roof and a different colored body. So it's a kind of two-tone roof. And what I like is that they've really gone out of their way to make this look really sharp. So you can see that this is a window right here. You can see the outline right there and there. But if you go back a little bit, it just looks like it's one solid piece. Obviously angles matter, but instead of having a big piece of plastic right there, it just has that nice cool shape. So it looks very clean, very flowing, and you can see the roof just arches down a touch. You got the spoiler back there, gas tank on the driver's side. Around the rear, you get your amber turn signals, which are LED, very nice touch, and the nice wraparound taillights. I'll give you another quick look at that. Just again, very clean, very minimal, very elegant here from Infiniti. So there's a look at your rear. I don't mind it. I like the spoiler, I like the window and the glass, and like that nice thin look, because the old one, or last generation's model, was really big and chunky. So I like how they've streamlined it. I don't really care for this. I don't like that it's chrome, and it just looks like there should be something there. Now you can tell with the exhaust coming out over here, that that's where the tailpipe is. And you can see there's only one, not a deal breaker at all, but just it's an appearance look, absolutely, for sure. I wish it was black instead of chrome. There's your tow package. Top 2 trims can tow up to 6,000 pounds. And I believe your lower 2 trims can tow, I think, 3,500 pounds. Anyway, cool thing here is the opening button for the trunk. And there it is. It's just nicely integrated right in there. There it is. There's some underfloor storage there. Let's see how much I can show you. Oh, there it is. So definitely functional here. The cool thing here also is push the seat down, and instead of reaching for the strap, all you do is touch one button, and you touch it one time, and it's just an automatic up. So very, very cool. I will show you closing and locking buttons, which are right there, and there's the manual handle there as well if you want, and your backup camera lives there. All right, let's just do the whole thing in one take if we can, for inside and outside. You can get this in 6 seats or 7 seats. The top trim Autobiography has it in 6 seats, and there's a middle console and there's captain's chairs, and you can remove the console for it to pass through. But we're looking at the 7-seater, so 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7 right there. The cool thing here is you push one button and the whole thing goes forward, and it's on rails, so it slides, and there's a lot of space to get your foot in. So for example, there's my foot, and you can see just how much space there is. And obviously it gets bigger up here, so you can easily jump into the 3rd row of seats without any issues at all. So we're just gonna push that back. You can see the rails actually right there, and as you move, it goes back, and you push it back as well. If you just want the seat backs to come down, lift the lever, and down they go. Can I do this with one hand? Yes, I can. So 60-40 split there. Nice leather seats. Now this does have the heated seats for the rear outboard passengers, 3 stages, plus your own HVAC controls. Down here you have vents in the roof along with your handle and your LED light. Standard panoramic sunroof. That's a really cool move for me. Gives your 2nd row passengers a ton of light. It looks really, really it's got the appearance of being bigger than it looks. And what really helps is the light colored roof liner, which contrasts nicely with the black colored seats. So you can see light, even the A-pillars and all the way up to the front. So I think even if they had a single panel sunroof, it'd be good, but I like that they went the extra mile and did the full panoramic. You have your retractable sunshades. So if it's extra bright and your windows aren't tinted, that's a good solution for you. Another cool move here, it actually says Infiniti on all 4 sides. So there's one on this side for the rear door, one on the other side, one on the front, and one in the rear. And just here's another look at that nice, clean, long look with the glass. And yes, there has to be this pillar right here, but just I love how it just flows and goes as one long piece. All right, looking inside, you got your Infiniti skid plate. Come on, get in the light, or dark right there. Massaging seats. Now it's not a full like pulse massage. It's more of like a smooth flowing motion. So very cool, and I like that it's right there. Zero gravity seats, very comfortable. I've been driving for about 3.5, 4 hours. Side bolster is great. Just the whole seat is very comfortable. And Infinitis / Nissan zero gravity seats are my favorite in the industry. You have your open pore wood right here. It's textured really nice. 2 sets of memory seats. Got all your mirror controls here. 17 speaker audio system from Bose on the higher trims. And there it's the Bose Performance Series. And you can see how it's just kind of like scooped in. So I think that's a really cool, not only design look, but it just adds to the whole flair of the vehicle. And you can see how it matches the flow pattern right here of pieces above it. I like that this has a bottom, so there's storage. And just to give you a quick look at the door panel itself, the water does not come with it, but it looks really, really nice and clean. Just quickly, so going along with this, you have a 12.3 inch digital dashboard on upper trims, so it looks really cool. And it's easy to use. Again, everything is controlled by this, left to rights, scroll wheels, and up and downs. Big 10.8 inch, let me get that zoomed in. Not sure if you can see it, but it's a 10.8 inch heads-up display. So you have all sorts of information you can pull out of there. That does not come with it. That's just an after piece that they have on the first drive. And now this is the also equally 12.3 inch infotainment system. Again, really easy to use. Let's go to the menu. It's touchscreen, or you can kind of dip down here and play around with that for navigation, or sorry, not navigation, to navigate how you want to get through this. So let's go to settings, for example, and you get your clock and all sorts of different things. One thing I don't like is the clock is fixed. So even if I go to my Apple CarPlay, it only gets part of the screen. Let's say it was at 65, 70%. I wish it was able to be used for the whole thing. Quick look at your HVAC system, all haptic touch. It looks so sharp. I don't like all the piano black. I don't, because, well, there I am in the reflection. Let me get out of the way there and you can get a better look. It looks really cool, but it's going to get a lot of fingerprints. But you know what? That's okay. It's how it is. And more importantly, it's functional. You get your wireless charging and your start-stop button, your different drive modes, automatic start-stop off. There's a look at it: park, reverse, neutral, drive / manual. So the way you do it is foot in the brake and just to shift by wire and down to park. Now the benefit of shift by wire is, let me get out of the way for a sec. You do get all that storage underneath. So really cool move there on behalf of Infiniti. Let's just take a quick ticket. So this happens when you try and rush things. I'm also at the mercy of the sun, so this should almost be it for the interior portion. There's a look at the inside of the door panel for the passenger side and your seats, and just it's a really nice, clean, minimalistic design here. And I really like what Infiniti's done. I think the QX60 will do very well on the road with the 2022 Infiniti QX60. So under the hood, it's a 3.5 liter V6 and it's got 295 horsepower. I don't recall the torque figure off the top of my head, but thanks to the power of editing, it will be on the screen. It's all-wheel drive. And the big difference here is that it's a 9-speed automatic transmission compared to the old CVT. CVT wasn't bad in the old QX60, but I find that the 9-speed automatic just adds a little bit of a more engaged driving experience. For the CVT, there's no real gears. It's just one continuous motion. But I like that they've put a 9-speed automatic, more of a traditional transmission in the new QX60. As far as driving dynamics go, the cool thing here is that Infiniti has set it up so that at lower speeds, the steering is lighter. So when you're doing your parking, whether it's forwards, backwards, or parallel, it's not as much of an effort to twist and turn the wheel. But at higher speeds, the steering feel definitely tightens up. so you don't get those wobbles. Not that the old one had it, but it's just more of a secure feel. So that's a definite perk as far as the driving dynamics go. High speeds, QX60 does very, very well. Really holds its own. It's a lot quieter compared to the outgoing model. And that's better glass, better insulation, better materials. And that's the way the luxury three-row crossover market is going. Right? There's so many of them, and it's such a hot market that Infiniti really had to pull out all the stops. And I think they've done very well in, at least for 5 hours of driving, as far as how they've packaged the QX60 here. Acceleration, pretty good. It's not lightning fast, but still strong enough to get you up to highway speeds without any kind of issues at all. A ton of standard safety features on the QX60, and they're listed on the screen for you. And I know I keep going on about it, but the more standard safety features that are available, the better it is for not only drivers of the Infiniti QX60, but everybody else on the road. And I know more manufacturers are slowly ramping up to that. So I'm going to say maybe another 3, 4, 5 years before things get really amped up and almost all of what you see as optional safety features become standard safety features. Zero gravity seats, love them. Absolutely love them. I've done backroads driving, I've done highway driving, I've done city driving and urban driving, and zero driver fatigue. And yes, I've only had it for a few hours, but the zero gravity seats are my favorite ones in the entire industry. They're supportive, but soft and supple and plush and just firm enough. And yes, there's lumbar support that you can dial in depending on what you like as far as preferences go. But I really like the seats, and I can see longer road trips being done with ease here. I did touch on this can be a 6 or a 7-seater, depending on what you want and how you want it. So there's definitely versatility there. It's going to wrap up the first drive in the 2022 Infiniti QX60. I'll book it again for a full week, and I'll take a real deep dive into it. But from what I've seen so far on the Canadian media launch, it's a very well put together vehicle. Now, I asked Infiniti Canada who they're going after as far as specifics, and they're going after the MDX. So MDX is a great vehicle, and I think Infiniti will certainly give them at the very least a run for their money. Any questions on the first drive portion, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to get you answers as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and feel free to tell somebody about the channel who you think might be interested in what it is that I do. Until I see you again, be well, be healthy, be safe.